I'm Melanie, and this is Melanie's Budget. Thanks for clicking on my video. On my channel, I do everything that has to do with budgeting, savings challenges, quirky mom stories, wife stories, and just teaching stories in general. My main focus is on budgeting. So this is not my cash stuffing video for the week. Because we're coming down to the end of May, and I was working on this last night, I decided to go ahead and post this. Only because I've had 3 people asking me questions, and I want to make sure they understand. And if I can help you, that's a big bonus for me because I love helping people. So the questions I got were, Melanie, how do you and your husband mix your money? 2, how do you stretch a budget when you only get paid once a month? And what do you teach? Okay, so I'm a teacher in San Antonio. I teach 2nd grade. Next year, I'll be teaching 1st grade at a new school in a new district. I'm really excited about that. Secondly, oh, and by the way, thank you for the questions. I love interacting with you, so bring them on. I really have a vision problem, so I can't do those lives where I read the questions because you're going to see my nose in the camera. But I do love getting all kinds of questions, and I have tons of questions for y'all, so let's have a conversation. Let's be friends. Okay, so make sure you click and subscribe so we can continue this fun journey. The second thing, okay, so some people may agree with this, some people may not. I'm going to use these pins as an example. My husband and I come from different marriages. We were both single for a very long time, and I am his 3rd marriage and he is my 2nd marriage. Our money doesn't mix. So I'm putting it out there. It doesn't work for us. It just doesn't. Our dynamics, he has children that are from a previous marriage and they're already grown, and his finances are locked in to make sure that they're taken care of. And then my finances are the same. So we just don't share money. Now, we are not stingy with each other either. If he needs something, I give it. If I need something, I get it. And there's a complete open door policy. It's not really a policy, but we have an open door between the 2 of us, meaning he doesn't hide anything about money from me, and I do the same for him. It's about being respectful. For the sake of our sanity, we just don't combine finances. So this is how we handle it. He pays mortgage, electricity, cable, water, and internet. And in exchange, I pay health insurance for 5 of us, which is $1,000 and change every month, and I pay for groceries. And that's it. And most of the time, if he's using my car, I get a free tank of gas because he always fills my tank up. So that's a bonus. Anyways, it just works for us. His career is already established. He's working on his finances and his retirement. I'm working on my finances and retirement. It's just best not to combine them. I'm not saying this so that you can do it. I'm just telling you what works for us. And this is what works for us. And I will tell you right now, we don't have very many arguments over money because our money doesn't mingle. Money is not part of the marriage. Love, friendship, and respect are. So that's how we handle this. The third question I'm getting is, how do you make a monthly budget stretch? Okay, friends, it's tough. I'll put it right out there. It's hard to get paid once a month because you have to have the foresight which I don't have, to stretch your money out in a way that makes you comfortable. And I tell you, the lights went ding, ding, ding with me one day about 6 months ago, because I was listening to Dave Ramsey. And Dave Ramsey, it was a quick snippet of information, and it just resonated with me because I was paying off my big debt snowball. For those of you that don't know, I've already paid off my debt snowball. I just finished paying off my car. So I'm on the other end, but I'm not just living free and mad money everywhere. No, I still have to I'm within boundaries of a teacher's paycheck. So if I can pass this wisdom on to you and you need it, hey, we were meant to talk, okay? That's all I'm saying. Okay, so back to what Dave Ramsey said. A caller, he has a radio show. I listen to him on Spotify. And a caller was getting some advice from him. She was a single mom. She sounded just like me 2 years ago. And she was really freaking out because she was paying all of her bills, and she and her kids had no help from her ex-husband or whatever. And she didn't have enough money for food for the rest of the month. So Dave Ramsey, being the financial guru he is, he said something that made so much sense. And now other people who follow him and have read all his books, I apologize to you in advance because I haven't read any of these things. So if I'm saying something that is plastered everywhere, well then just understand I'm slow when it comes to learning new things. So if it's been out there a while, everybody else has been doing it. All the cool kids have been doing it, but not me. Okay, so what he said to his listeners was, whenever you're paying your bills, always pay yourself first. And I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? That makes so much sense. Pay yourself first. Why didn't I think of that? I mean, come on, that's basic. I was in shock. I'm in the car and I was just looking at the road and I was like, that is profound. Pay yourself first. So then that's actually what started this whole journey for me. And then the second thing he said was, money in motion stays in motion. And I was like, oh my God, because he was talking about, keeping your money moving back and forth, keeping track of it. Money in motion, it's like a human body. A human body that stays in motion is in motion. A body at rest stays at rest. And I was like, he is really good with the kitschy little sayings. And as corny as they sounded, they were really good. So those are the two things that led me on my budgeting journey. So then I got on YouTube watching all these amazing people breaking it down even further for me. So I was just like, I can do this. I got this. So last night when I said I do this at the beginning of every month, so I was sitting on the couch and I was like, okay, I'm going to break this down. And then after I finished, I was like, oh, I should have done a video on this to show you. Well, it's never too late, first of all. Second, I'm doing it now. So if you're a single mom, single dad, and you only get paid once a month, and no one ever sat down with you, like me, to tell you or to show you how to break down your monthly income so that you pay yourself first, okay? That's huge. and so that your money can stretch all the way through the month, okay? So this is how I do it. Okay, and I will tell you that out of all the cash stuffing, savings challenges, everything, this is the part that gives me the anxiety, because this is the part where it takes me back to my days of living in a 1-bedroom apartment with my son and trying to figure out how $20 is going to last 3 weeks for food. And I'm not there anymore, but I've been there, and it lasted for a really long time. It was our most fun times looking back, and my son never knew it, but it was a lot of me staying up in the middle of the night trying to make things work, figuring things out. So I wish someone had told me about this. So if you're in that spot, friend, you were meant to watch this video. So let's go ahead and get down to business. How this is going to work out. Here we go. I get paid $3,001. This is after health insurance. Health insurance has already been taken out, so I've already contributed to the house. My house obligations and responsibilities have already been taken care of. Then, additionally, I have 2 of my own bills that I pay every month. My Verizon and my car insurance. My Verizon bill has 3 devices on it for my son and I and my iPad, and then my car insurance. Okay? So what I'm left with is $2,401. $2,401. Now, in my bank account, I have a buffer. This buffer was started back in February. This is the part where I learned from Dave Ramsey to pay myself first. So when I first started this whole journey of budgeting and cash stuffing, and I heard Dave Ramsey say, pay yourself first, I'm telling you, that blew my mind. So every month, before I started any kind of cash stuffing, I always put $200 off to the side. I just kept the $200 in the checking account, and I did not touch it. And every month, I just pushed $200 off to the side. Okay, I have right now an $800 buffer. And because my envelopes are getting thick, I feel comfortable using this now because my buffer is bigger. When you're first starting out, before you start cash stuffing, I personally do not like going down to a $0 budget in the bank. You just have to be very disciplined to not swipe your debit card or credit card. And Dave Ramsey totally has it right with paying yourself first. Okay? So my buffer that is carrying over from May, which is really carrying over since February, is $800. I'm going to take $600 of this, and I'm moving it into this category. So now, if you understand card games and craps like gambling games, you're going to understand this concept. I'm going to have working money and not working money. So I'm going to keep a $200 buffer in my account. That is not working. That is holy. It never gets touched. Okay? So, but since I took $600 out here, I have to add it back into my working amount, which comes out to $3,001, because I really want to stuff $3,001 this month. Does that make sense? I hope it does. The reason I do that is because I could zero it out. But the mom in me, there's always a little something at school that needs to get done, or with the doctor's office. There's always some place that won't accept cash. And the places that won't accept cash, if there is zero money in your account, you're totally, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I keep $200 in my checking account just to be on the safe side. So now I'm working with $3,100 for the month of June. Okay? So then all I do after that, folks, is I figure out, okay, I look at the calendar. There are 4 weeks in June. Okay, I'll put this back down. My wrist is hurting. There are 4 weeks in June. So that means I'm going to have 4 cash stuffing videos for the month of June. So all I do is I take that number, $3,001, and I divide it by 4. So my projected cash stuffing and savings channels each week is this amount, $750. Now, I may not stuff $750 every single week, because if I'm feeling a little insecure, like maybe I need to keep a little money in the checking account, then I adjust it. But the goal for the month of June is that every cash stuffing video have $750. So this is how I do it. And then once I finish this, I go ahead. So this is my month of June, right? This is, I just printed it, and then I got some stickers off of Etsy. So then you can see, I already wrote it, and I did not use the erasable pen. So you can see that I already put for every single day in June, or every single Friday in June, I have to go to the bank to get $750. That is the expectation I'm putting on myself. So what's going to happen now is that for the month of June, I already set this up with 4 breakdown sheets. And right here, every single week for the month of June should show $750. So that's how I do it, guys. So I hope this helps you. If you're a teacher and you don't know how to budget, no one ever taught you, like they didn't teach me. You know, when someone doesn't teach you something, you have to go out and step out on faith a little and learn it on your own. Just know you're going to make a lot of mistakes. And honestly, the teacher in me, mistakes are where the learning is at. So the more mistakes you make, those are more opportunities for you to learn and refine your craft of budgeting. So don't give up. When you make a mistake, the first knee-jerk reaction is to stop. Don't press the gas. Go. Continue. So even if I make horrible mistakes, okay, so if we're going to be completely transparent right now, I didn't know if I was going to share this, but it just presented itself, so I will. So we make mistakes, including your girl. So I almost had a heart attack at work yesterday. And when I say almost had a heart attack, like literally almost had a heart attack. I felt pain in my chest. Okay, so we have this gardening service that comes every 3 months. I don't pay for it. My husband pays for it, but I have his credit card because he doesn't want to deal with it. You know, it's this type of company that comes and they cut all the bushes, they cut all the trees. They just get everything ready for summertime. I forgot to pay them last week, and so the owner reached out to me yesterday because I pay through PayPal. That's the first problem. And he was like, Melanie, we need to get paid. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I just forgot. I said, I'm getting ready to go on my lunch break. I'll pay you right now. Just give me 20 minutes. He was like, I know. We've been using them for years. So he knows. Okay, so I'm in a hurry. It's too... So I need paper to demonstrate this error. This is how bad it was. I got it. You need to see this shit show that's about to happen. Okay, so we're gonna move this out of the way. Okay, so we'll just do it like this. So he's not a gardener. It's like a tree service company. Okay, so the total was $292.88. Okay, this is important that you know the whole amount. So PayPal, those mother. Okay, so I think they do this intentionally. I'm looking for someone to blame because it was really my fault. But anyways, okay. So I'm on my lunch break and I go to PayPal and I punch in this. Okay, just like this. Do you see what's missing? I did not put the decimal. And so down here at the bottom of the screen, it says pay. That's all. There's no confirmation other than that. And me being in a hurry, I was like, $292.88. Okay, I paid it. So then the next screen that comes on is like, thanks for your purchase of $29,288.00. I'm using my husband's credit card, okay? He gets an alert. And as soon as I see this, I go into full panic mode. And just at that moment, my kids come back from lunch. So they see me having a proper, meltdown. So I call the company, and I was like, oh, are you going to help me? Oh, my God. I was freaking out. I was like, I just sent PayPal $29,000. Right then and there, my husband calls me. He was like, you want to explain to me why we paid almost $30,000 for tree cutting services? I was like, I don't know. Help. So anyways. It's funny now. It wasn't funny yesterday. I was crying yesterday. Oh yeah, this happened yesterday, by the way. So I called the tree service place and they're like, okay, calm down, Melanie. My coworker, she couldn't even understand me. I was like, I don't know what I did. So I call the tree service place and they're like, okay, Melanie, we're on PayPal right now. We're going to go ahead and refund your money except for the $292.88 you owe us. I said, that's fine, just refund it. My husband is going to have a proper freak out like I am right now. So then they refunded. And then they refunded. Everything was fine. And you know what these buttholes did? I couldn't believe this. This is where I got so angry. They fixed it only because... Okay, so then the gardening service people, the tree service, they called back and they were like, it's all taken care of. Then I get another phone call from them and they're like, then this time they're freaking out and they're like, Melanie, PayPal is charging us a penalty fee for doing this transaction. It's $800. I was like, are you kidding me? This all happened within the matter of 3 minutes. They're charging you $800? And he was like, please help me. And I was like, of course I'm going to help you, but it's PayPal. I don't know who to do. I don't know who to call. So I called my husband. I was like, okay, the good news is they've refunded the money. The bad news is PayPal is totally the company. Sorry if that's offensive, but that's what they were doing. So my husband was like, okay, I'll call them. And I was getting ready to go into a meeting and I was still having a proper freak out. Well, thank God. Between the gardening service and my husband, PayPal reversed all those penalties. So the moral of the story is, first of all, decimal points matter, okay? Don't forget the decimal points. Secondly, be careful with this company because the gardening service was telling me that some things have been going on and there have been some weird penalties. So if you use this company a lot, just look at your statements to be on the safe side, because $800 for a penalty for a transaction that happened in less than 5 minutes, he wouldn't have caught it had he not looked at his account. He didn't get an alert. It was just something because he wanted to make sure that I got my money back. He went into his account statement to look at it, and there was the fee. So it was a nightmare. If you think that, oh, because I've been budgeting now for a while now, I don't make mistakes. Oh no, I make big mistakes. I don't make little mistakes. I go big. So just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. So I know when you make mistakes, me being a teacher, I know the instant knee-jerk reaction is to stop. Don't stop. Keep swimming. You got this. It's going to be okay. Yes, you can overthink it. Overthink it as much as you want, but you have your game plan set for the month. So I was already going into mode like, how am I going to get $800 to these people? Those poor people, like, I can't believe that they got charged. But luckily, PayPal, they reversed it. So they did the right thing. But everybody who does business with that company, check your statements, because my gardening service, tree service people said they would never have seen it had they not gone into their statements. So if you have some type of business where that's your main source of getting your revenue, go check your statements to see if there's any weird fees. Okay, so that's all for today. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out, and you'll see it for the June cash stuffings. Later today or tomorrow, I'll do my last cash stuffing for the month of May. So have a great day, make good choices, and if you screw up, fix it, learn from it, and just keep swimming. It's gonna be okay. Much love. Bye.